Flosstube channel Thread the Needle. My name is Vani and I am from Newfoundland, Canada. For those of you who are returning viewers, thank you for coming back and spending some time with me as I go through all my full coverage works in progress. For those of you who are fairly new to my channel or this is your first time watching, thank you for picking to choose me and welcome. This is my Flosstube channel where I talk about everything that I love about full coverage cross stitch. There might be a sprinkling of other things here and there, but my primary focus is my cross stitching and my primary stitching style is full coverage. And I say that because you never know what might happen. As I spoke in my last couple of videos, I got the opportunity to take part in Patty's Christmas sale, and it's a band style sampler, and it's not my usual style, but I think I'm gonna give it a go. I'm probably not gonna follow along with the releases. I'll probably do it when I have a little bit of downtime later on in the year, or maybe even next year in the new year, to get ready for next Christmas. Who knows? But that's why I just say my primary stitching style is full coverage stitching. And so let's jump right in. As you all know, over the last year, we're into month 11. So for the past year, I have had 3 focus pieces that I have been working on. That just means that with all my rotation cycles and all the different ways I've been doing my rotation, these 3 pieces have kind of stayed in my focus. So I have Ganesha and the Siamese fighting fish. Those 2 I picked. One, Ganesha, because I really wanted to get some good progress on it. And for Siamese fighting fish, it's such a huge piece. If I didn't constantly do a little bit of work on it all the time, then I probably wouldn't see a lot of progress on it for a very long time. So those were the why I picked those 2. My third focus piece was, and I say was because I'll tell you in a second why, it was the mystery cell that the Cross Stitch Studio, they call themselves Cross Stitch Studio, TCSS, and they had put out a mystery cell in January, and I was all in because I love full coverage and I love a mystery cell. And then I think a few months into it, I think it was 6 or 7 months into it, there were some technical difficulties and they gave us the whole chart, so we found out exactly what it was, so it wasn't a mystery anymore. And so up until last month, it stayed in my focus pieces. I had done that because I wanted to see some solid progress on it. And then this last couple of weeks, there was just other stuff going on and I wanted to take a tiny little break from it. And so I decided to put that aside and add it to my regular whip cycle, and we'll see it again when we get to it. Now, let's jump right in. So we're gonna start with my regular update on Ganesha. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs piece, and this is what the finished product is going to look like. And here's how much I've got done on it now. I don't know, I'm in a new area since the last video, and I just have to find places on where I want to keep everything. I've got the table in front of me, I've got some stuff there, I've got my notebook, but then I've got to hold my tablet, and then I've got some pieces on a chair next to me. I don't know, it's all over the place for now, but so that was Ganesha by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching it on 2/1 count, 2/1 on 22 count, and I cannot tell you how much I really enjoy stitching on this. I started the next diagonal, and so I finished the shoulder right there, and more of the hand is coming up here. It's just lovely. Let's see if the camera will focus on it without me in the way. I think if my face is there we go. Okay, so you'll see a before and after, but it is just such a joyful and lovely stitch. I really enjoy working on it, and I cannot wait to continue working on it. And I'm hoping to, maybe I'll keep it as a focus piece next year. I don't know. I haven't decided. I really haven't thought about next year. We're just kind of weird to think about. Are we really already talking about next year's stitching plans? Let's not, okay? All right, I don't think I'm ready to think that far ahead. Let's get through December and Christmas first. Now, my next focus piece is Siamese Fighting Fish by Anita from One Stipple Two Stitch. You can find her on Etsy and on Instagram with the same handle. And this artwork was painted by her son. It's just such a beautiful piece. It's so vibrant. That's what I love about it. It's so vibrant. And I have decided to stitch it on 28 count, 1/1 full cross. And I think previously I had completed the diagonal and I'm moving on to the next one. So here we are. That's how much I've got done. And I'm getting into more of those blues and greens. It is lovely, lovely. I'm really enjoying it. And I said that it's so vibrant because, and I feel like because I am also stitching the black along with it on the white background, that is making me feel like it's more vibrant, and it's really picking up the teals and the greens and the blues that I'm stitching alongside of the blacks, because I know a couple people, Anita herself also is stitching it on black fabric. Looks lovely, but for me, I much prefer this, and I think it's going to be it's going to look so fabulous when it's done. I'm so excited. So I think this probably will stay a focus piece for the foreseeable future, because I feel like as a focus piece, it receives dedicated time each week throughout a rotation. And whether it be just a couple of stitches or even 100 stitches, at least my needle is touching it. And I feel like that keeps me going on it. And I just love how it's turning out. And so I want to keep the momentum on that one. So as we said, I used to have 3 focus pieces. Now I have the 2 because I took a break from the Mystery Cell, which is now called the Sleepy Owlet. And I have moved it from a focus piece into my regular whip rotation cycle. And so then we'll move on to the next little bits of progress that I made. Let's start with Mini Opening Night. This one is a beautiful piece of a dancer, a ballet dancer. Gorgeous. Just so soft and, I don't know, elegant looking. And I really, really like this one. The colors, I'm still stitching the background, so I haven't gotten to the really fun, interesting part. I picked a nice, lovely purple fabric for it. I'm stitching it on 22 count. Let's make sure I got it the right way up, because the problem with this is there's actually nothing being stitched where you can recognize which way is up until you open up the fabric and you realize, oh, that's up. So I got the page finished, you guys. This is the first page. I know it's not a fully stitched page. However, a page is a page is a page. So I got a page done. I really love this. I love stitching on 18 count. There's such an ease to it. I get to use 2 strands. I love the coverage, and it's just really smooth for my stitching style, for the way that I stitch, hold my needle, whatever it is. 18 count is my go-to. And after that, 22 count is what most of my pieces are on. And some people, I think it was Leanne maybe from Small Town Stitches, she's recommended 20 because she does a lot on 20 as well. And I haven't tried 20 count yet. So maybe on another project I might. But a lot of my projects have connecting pieces, like my birthstone series. I'm stitching them all on 22 count, so I can't suddenly switch it up for one of the pieces. Or now I just started the 7 Deadly Sins series, and I'm also doing that on 22 count, so I can't suddenly like switch halfway through, then the sizing wouldn't be right and it would just look a little tiny bit off. Nobody would notice but me, but I'd notice, and isn't that the point? So page finish on Mini Opening Night, and I think you should have already seen the before picture. So I managed to finish up that corner, and I get to move on to the next one. It's gonna be so much fun. Next I have, do you guys, oh, I almost dropped, oh, sorry, that camera shook really well. I don't know if you remember, but a while back I was doing a mini Little Dreamers tree. I'm gonna take off the little Q snap at the top so you can see the very top edge. And I'm stitching this. I had used it as one of my daily 100s, and I made some fantastic progress on it. And so put that back in my WIP pile, and it came around again. And here's how much I've got done. It is such a lovely stitch. And you know what? You really can't appreciate the detail. So you're working on something this close to it, and closer than what I just showed you. But you don't even realize what it is you're stitching on. And I can't say this enough, because it rings true for everything that I work on, because the pieces that I work on have so much detail in them, and you're literally stitching like right here. It's not until I take it away and I move it away from my face that I realize how much detail has come out. That tree is just looking fabulous. I cannot wait until more and more detail comes out. I should probably show you what it's going to look like when it's complete. It's such a large piece. I'm doing it on 18 count, 2/1 full cross. It's going to be a long piece. This is the extra fabric, and I've got it folded up right here. So it's gonna go like double that folded length all the way down. So 3 times the length of this is what the finished piece is going to look like. It's gonna be so much fun. I cannot wait to keep doing more on this one. So that was Mini Little Dreamer's Tree, and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. I know I have it here somewhere. Huh, that's funny. I can't, that's really odd that I don't have it in my gallery to show you. Oh, that's too sad. But what I'll do is I'll show it here from Pattern Keeper, because I can show you. We're gonna go like this, view the PDF, and here's what it is. So it's tall and skinny. I'm working on this top portion of the tree there. So that's super fun, the blues and the pinks. So it's not a bad comparison when you think about it, right? It's coming out pretty well. Right? I cannot say enough about the detail that goes into these pieces, and they're just so much fun to work on. And guys, I've got something extraordinary to show you when I talk about detail. Okay, but before I get to that piece, the next piece that I worked on that I just put away, it was the last piece in my rotation for the last 2 weeks, was Golden Promises. If you can believe, I'm going to put up a before picture, but if you can believe, I filled in all of this solid background color section. And if you can believe that I filled in about 800 or so stitches, and it took me all night. So I still haven't gotten to the lovely detailed flowers that's going to come here, but I got a good bit of done on the background. I'm finally done that. There isn't any stitches up here left. All that's left is a couple of confetti stitches of the Krynic that I'm gonna wait till the end of the page once everything is done. So all I gotta do is just fill in the holes with the Krynic. And I can't wait to get to the really cool stuff on this one, because I have a feeling it's gonna be so much fun. And again, I can't say enough about the detail. Detail, detail, detail. That is why I love these full coverages. There's just so much detail in a small area, and you step away and you look at it, and it's so joyful. I get so much joy out of it. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, now the last WIP that I worked on for the last 2 weeks was QS Sapphire. So this is number 4 in my series of birthstones. One of my favorites. I'm really enjoying all the blues and purples that are coming out in it. And this is what she's going to look like when completed. Now, in order for her to match the sizes of the other QSs of the birthstones, I cut off a little bit on the top, I cut off a little bit on the side, and I cut off a little bit on the bottom, just so it would fit and be as close to the other sizes as possible. And I'm just so much loving her. My English is not so great today. All right, are you ready? I'm stitching this one on 2 over 1, 22 count. I told you about detailing these full coverages. Look at that face. Look at that face. I just cannot get over how beautifully this stitches up. I mean, I know I went over my diagonal. I just had to get that face finished. Just in the little bit of one stitch here, another stitch there, the little nuances that create this gorgeousness. I just can't. I just am thoroughly enjoying this stitch. I cannot wait to get to her dress and her wings. Those parts of those QSs are my favorite part. The faces and the hair, yes, that's a really lovely part of it, but the dress, stitching the dress is my favorite part on all of them so far, so I can't wait to get to that dress. So there you have it. It was a small video today, but I wanted to make sure that I popped on and gave you an update on all my stitching, because I know there are a few of you out there who really enjoy following along in my progress as much as I do, and I hope I had some really nice stuff to show you. One thing I wanted to mention is on my blog, I think I restarted blogging again a few months ago, and I'm doing monthly updates. The October month update is up, so if you want to have a quick read, you can head on over there. I'll put the address in the description box. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I always put my Instagram handle on the screen when I put up my name at the beginning of the video. I do this because you're here watching my Flosstube, which is wonderful, and I think it's great. I know it's not really interactive, but I feel like I'm talking to you guys, and when you comment, you're talking to me, and I truly appreciate that connection we can have through the Flosstube. And just so, this one is twice a week, bi-weekly, and then Instagram is a lot more frequent. So this is bi-weekly, Instagram is every few days, and then you've got my blog, which is once a month. So these are all different ways that you can catch up on me. Now, the reason I mentioned Instagram also is I've got some exciting plans coming up for December. I've never done this before, but I want to do my version of Vlogmas. I'm calling it Vani's Vlogmas Countdown, and it's going to be so exciting. I've got some interesting things kind of lined up. I don't want to give everything away. In my next video, I'm going to be going into detail on what's going on, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to have fun challenges for each of the days, and I'm going to see if I can do it so that you guys get to pick on which project I pick, which I work on for each challenge of the Vlogmas. It's just going to be so much fun. A lot of things going on in December, so stick around. And I can't wait to just keep on this journey with you guys. It has always been a blast. And I just noticed that I have 2,000 subscribers, and that's you guys. I can't thank you enough. And I feel so, I feel so honored that you picked me to follow. I know that sounds a little, I can't explain it. I started this just as a way, I think it was at the beginning of the world collapsing because of COVID, and I just wanted a way to express my love for this craft. And I started these Flosstube videos, and my channel grew and grew, and now I have 2,000 subscribers, which it really surprises me, because honestly, I had no idea who's gonna watch me. Who would want to watch me talk about cross stitch? I mean, it's not like I have that much interesting things to do, but you know what? You guys think I do. And thank you very much. I have a couple of nice surprises lined up to thank you for being my subscribers and following along with me. I don't have the surprise with me now. They're in the mail. So once I get them, I'm gonna have something to give back to you. So look forward for that too. I don't know when I will do it because I've got a busy December planned. I'm telling you guys, stick around. It's going to be exciting. And that's it for now. We will see you in another 2 weeks. I hope everyone is happy, healthy, and gets lots of stitching time, because I know I'm gonna grab every second of stitching time I can, because that is my happy place. Everyone have a lovely time. Bye now.